Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going over the Stingray C that you see here by Canik, if that's how it's pronounced. Made in Turkey, obviously a CZ-75 variant. It's extremely well made. This is the chrome version. What we're going to do now is step inside, take a look at some of the details of it, some of the features it has, and just go over my experience with it so far. Got to tell you, so far, so good.
When you get your pistol in, it comes in this nice lockable hard box here. And inside you'll find the typical things. There's a cleaning rod, a brush, etc. You also have your owner's manual, which is in English, so that's always nice. Very nice owner's manual. You get the pistol itself and a magazine. I should note it comes with both a 15-round magazine. You can see here, 15-round magazine, and also a 13-round magazine. So if you wanted something a little bit slimmer, or if you wanted to carry the gun, you can go with the 13-rounder or the 15-rounder for maybe home defense use or whatever the case may be. A lot of folks would probably be fine carrying that as well. But it does come with both the 13 and the 15-rounder. And one of the big things about this pistol that's going to be a selling point for a lot of folks is that it also takes CZ-75 mags. So here I have my CZ-75 mag. It's the extended base plate. It functions in there flawlessly. So you have the advantage of having readily available CZ-75 mags, but for those of you in banned states, you also have the advantage of having readily available pre-banned mags, so that your pre-banned mags for your CZ-75 will function in this pistol flawlessly. The mags are compatible with the pistol because a lot of the parts are actually compatible with the pistol from the CZ-75. Obviously, it uses the same basic design with the slide riding inside the frame, and the frame is all steel, and the slide is obviously steel as well, made from one piece of forged steel, and really high quality there. Everything about it feels nice and smooth. And racket, the fit and the finish are great. Taking a look at it, obviously you can see that up front. Everything is fitted well. The finish is great as well. This one here is the hard chrome version, and you can see there it's a nice satiny finish all the way around, with the exception of the barrel in there, which is polished up. The barrel itself is actually cold hammer forged as well, so certainly they didn't skimp out on that. For those that don't know, Canik is a division of the Turkish Defense Manufacturing Company. They make a lot of very high quality pistols, and obviously I reviewed one here recently, the TP9. I was very impressed with it, which is what led me to get this pistol here, because I do like the CZ-75 type firearms. The availability of CZ-75 mags is obviously a good thing, but also the CZ-75 ergonomics and some of the mechanical operation of it are also an excellent thing. The ergonomics of the pistol are great. You can see here it does maintain that CZ-75 style grip, which is very comfortable in the hand. The hump here on the back of the grip tends to fit right in the gap here in your hand when you pick it up. So you can see it feels very natural in the hand. It also points naturally due to the grip angle as well. This one, though, has a nice high beaver tail to let you get very high up on the pistol. And the way the slide sits inside the frame, you can see it's a very low bore access for a hammer-fired gun. When you compare that to, say, a SIG or HK, some of their hammer-fired guns, it's very low bore access, which you certainly can't complain about. It's going to help with felt recoil. It minimizes it. It's going to help with your faster follow-up shots. So certainly a very good thing there in my opinion. Also another thing that's going to help with those follow-up shots and felt recoil is going to be the all-steel construction of the pistol. Unloaded it weighs 70, or not 75, I've been saying 75 too many times. It weighs 36 ounces unloaded. So it's just under the weight of a 1911 unloaded. So there definitely is some heft to it. And with the 9mm cartridge and the low bore access like we were just talking about, it's a very, very soft shooting gun. The pistol features ambidextrous controls, including the safety, which is ambidextrous on both sides here. Also the slide stop and slide lock. So you gotta take it off safe, but you can lock it back, send it home on either side of the pistol. The mag release is not ambidextrous, however, it is swappable. So for you left-handed folks out there, you can swap it over to your right side. Obviously, I'm right-handed, so I keep it on the side it comes from the factory, but if you want to, it takes a couple minutes at most to do, and then you'll be set up for a left-handed gun. An interesting thing about the safety that's not present on a lot of the CZ-75 clones is that you can actually put the pistol on safe either in double action mode or in single action mode. So you can see here it's on safe, it locks the trigger up, but if you can also put it on when it's in single action mode and carry it cocked and locked, which is generally how I prefer to carry it this kind of gun, because there is no decocker. So if you're going to go ahead and put one in the chamber and you want to set the hammer down, you have to actually hold it down, and in my opinion, not the best way to do it. I know some of you out there would disagree with that. That's just fine, but that is how it operates. The controls are ambidextrous. The safety does work either in single action or double action, so some folks out there will certainly like that feature. Disassembling the pistol is pretty easy, but it is a little more complex than, say, like a Glock or something like that. So folks that are used to that may think it's a little bit much. What you want to do here is, in my opinion, it's easier just to set the hammer back. You don't have to do that, but set the hammer back. Then you're going to want to line these two lines up here. Line it up just like that. Take your magazine, and then this little piece right here is what we're going to hit. Get that loose, and then we're going to pull it out on the left side of the pistol. Let it go home. At this point, the slide will come right off. And one thing I've noted there as I was trying to pull the slide off, one downside of the CZ-75 variants is that the amount of slide that you can actually grab when you're trying to manipulate it, or take a slide off like I was just doing, is relatively small due to the way it sits inside the frame. So what you have exposed to your hand is relatively small. It's kind of one of the the only downsides of the pistol and the design, I think, but really with training it's a non-issue, especially if you have some good sights with a nice ledge on there that you can grab onto as well. These ones are ramped no drag or no catch type of sights, so those of you guys that prefer that and the no snag edges, this one is that. I tend to prefer a ramp on there so you can do one-handed manipulations, but I know a lot of folks out there don't like that, so it just kind of is what it is. Getting back to disassembly, pull it out. You do have a stainless steel guide rod, and you also have the cold hammer forged barrel, like I mentioned earlier, that's polished up. Very nice, very high quality. Everything about it, the fit and the finish on the inside, as you can see there, is very good. No machine marks. Really just seems like a very high quality controlled pistol, especially for the price point. I mean, these guns right now, guys, are selling for, I don't know what the MSRP is, but they're under $350 on some places online. And when you think of the gun that you're getting for that, again, all steel, for forged steel on the slide, cold hammer forged barrel, is pretty impressive. So reassembly is the same, just in the opposite way that we took it apart. So you want to line those up, get your slide stop in there, line it up, and just push it through until it clicks in. As you probably noticed in that last scene there, it does have a loaded chamber indicator as well. It's gigantic, and some folks will really like that and some won't. So those of you that live in states where it's required will like it because it makes the pistol available for sales in your state. But it does give you a nice tactile feel there. You can feel the chamber's loaded. And in low light conditions, if you're worried about that, it is kind of an advantage. And I know some folks just don't like having that on there, especially as large as it is. But something to point out: if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you do, hey, you do. I realize a lot of you out there have never actually seen this pistol in person, so just to give you a quick size comparison, here's our CZ SP01, kind of the daddy to this little guy here. You can see the size difference; it's much smaller, so there's pretty significant difference in barrel length compared to the CZ-75, and also, let's line this up, in the grip length. So it's definitely sort of an in-between size, and to compare it to a more popular gun that many of you have probably handled or owned, here's a Glock 19. So Glock 19, you can see how it stacks up there, side to side. You can see the slide is a little bit shorter, but a little bit fatter as well, and especially if you include the controls. And the grip is also going to be longer, so if we line that up, top to bottom, even though it carries 15 rounds with the longer mag, the grip is longer than the Glock 19. Like the TP9 that I reviewed earlier, this model, the Stingray C, is also an excellent value. And these are coming in, really, if you look around the internet, in today's pricing, somewhere in the $350 range, a little less, a little more some places. But when you think about the pistol that you're getting, all steel construction, forged frame, forged slide, cold hammer forged barrel, really the fit and finish are great. Obviously the chrome finish, very durable stuff. There's also other finishes available though for these pistols. I believe there's like green, there's also black, OD green, black, a few others out there. So there are other options if you don't want the bling here from the satin chrome finish. But I mean, very good pistol in terms of value. It's been 100% reliable, as you'd expect in the CZ-75 variant. It's a very proven platform, and uses the CZ-75 mags as well, which is another huge advantage that you won't have to look around for magazines. They're pretty much at most gun shops or a lot of online stores as well. So really, I'm going to say I'm a fan of the gun without question. Shoots great, it looks great, it feels great. Not a whole lot to complain about. If you guys have any questions about this pistol, anything else I test or review here on the channel, you can always post below in the comments section. You can also post over at my Facebook page as always. But thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and hope to see you in the next video.